Director of Ceremonies, Mr. Maimba Mabranga, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Joy, Minister of Industry and Commerce, Honorable Mangaliso Ndovu, Speaker of Parliament, Advocate Jacob Francis Mudenda, Honorable Ministers here present, Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, Honorable Raj Modi, and other Honorable Deputy Ministers here present. Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Oshwaya is represented. Chairman of the Public Service Commissions, Dr. Vincent Ungwe and other PSC commissioners. National Economic Consultative Forum Steering Committee Co-Chairperson, Dr. Mike Bima. Deputy Chief Secretary, Policy Analysis, Coordination and Development Planning, and NECF Steering Committee Co-Chairperson, Mr. Willard Manungo, and other Deputy Chief Secretaries here present. Permanent Secretary for Industry and Commerce, Dr. Thomas Utete Ushe, and other permanent secretaries here present, senior government officials, job members from multiple provinces, excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, His Worship, the Mayor of the City of Bulawayo, Councillor David Coltart, and other civic leaders here present. Chairperson ZITF Board, Mr. Busisa Moyo, and your fellow board members. Chief Executive Officers of ZITF, Dr. Nick Ndebele, management and staff of ZITF company, captains of industry and commerce, distinguished exhibitors, members of the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, almost getting to noon, but still morning. Good morning to you all. It is my great pleasure to officiate at the 25th International Business Conference, being held under the timely and compelling theme, Revitalizing Industrialization for Zimbabwe's Economic Resurgence. This theme speaks to the urgent imperative of reinvigorating our industrial base. It underscores that a dynamic, modernized, and globally competitive industrial sector is not only vital for unlocking Zimbabwe's full economic potential, but also pivotal in securing our rightful place within regional and global value chains. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin by commending the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair Company and the National Economic Consultative Forum for organizing this significant annual event. This platform brings together government leaders, policymakers, academics, and industry experts to engage in critical dialogue on economic development. industrialization, and emerging global business issues. A special word of gratitude goes to Honorable Judith Nuwe, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, for a warm welcome and hosting us in this vibrant seat of queens and kings. Ladies and gentlemen, our collective quest to transform the Zimbabwean economy hinges on the establishment of a robust industrial base, one that serves as a cornerstone for sustained and inclusive economic growth. Global economic history reminds us that no nation has ever attained a high income status without first laying the foundations of a strong, diverse, and competitive industrial sector. Under the Second Republic, Zimbabwe has made commendable progress in advancing industrialization through the National Development Strategy 1, which has contributed significantly to economic recovery and macroeconomic stability. As we now transition into the implementation of National Development Strategy 2, our focus must shift decisively from low value, low technology manufacturing towards high value, technology intensive and knowledge driven production systems. This transition is firmly engaged in the Zimbabwe National Industrial Development Policy 2024 to 2030 and the Zimbabwe Industrialization and Resilient Growth Plan. These strategic frameworks provide a clear roadmap for enhancing value addition, increasing industrial output, and strengthening intersectoral linkages. To achieve this vision, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, has directed the adoption of the whole of government and sector approach, which emphasizes collaboration across government departments, industry, and academia. This integrated paradigm is essential for addressing current economic challenges and enhancing sustainable industrial growth. Following the recent competitiveness summit held here in Bulawayo, government developed a competitiveness call to action, bringing together various ministries, departments, and agencies to monitor and accelerate regulatory reforms. This initiative is critical to improving the ease of doing business, fostering business confidence, and attracting both domestic and foreign investment. Ladies and gentlemen, to strengthen the innovation ecosystem, I urge the private sector to deepen collaboration with academic and research institutions in commercializing science-based innovations. I have heard during the first panel discussion, it is not the academia which must go to industry. Actually, it is vice versa. Industry, the manufacturing sector, must go to our researchers to our institutions of higher and tertiary education and say, we are producing 10 pieces of equipment. We want to accelerate them to produce 100. Can you give us a solution? And then fund those researchers as the private sector, because we are the beneficiaries. This is how we should go. Because the researchers, those young boys and girls who have been gifted, cannot dream what you need. But if you go to them and you tell them what you need, they will crack their minds and you have solutions. So I urge you that whatever we wanted to do, if you want to increase our productivity, let's follow that route. Zimbabwe must take inspiration from economies that have leveraged robust partnerships between universities and businesses to drive industrial competitiveness and structural transformation. In the face of evolving global geopolitical dynamics, the need for homegrown solutions has never been more pressing. Distinguished delegates here, the government has prioritized re-industrialization through deliberate efforts to upscale key value chains in manufacturing, mining, agriculture, and infrastructure development. In the manufacturing sector, average capacity utilization has risen to 50%, up from 36% in 2019. While this marks significant progress, government remains committed to implementing policies that promote more import substitution, research and development, commercialization of research patents, local content development, and the suppression of counterfeit goods. These policies aim to deepen value chain integration and increase output in industrial output. Additionally, the establishment of a revolving industrial development fund will provide critical support to distressed companies. This initiative is expected to stimulate renewed investment across sectors such as agro-processing, steel manufacturing, and pharmaceuticals. We have just heard the minister announcing that that fund is now been put into effect. And we want to see how this fund is going to help the private sector through the capital venture finance institution. And we monitor, and we want all captains in the industry to cooperate. Let's not be angry that, no, this one has been given, I have not been given. We are starting with this, it's not a really huge amount, I think it's 100 million. And it might not satisfy, but we want to say where we put that money, we want to see the results. So the Minister of Industry will be coordinating on that matter. In agriculture, government will intensify efforts to boost productivity through mechanization, irrigation expansion, and the timely provision of affordable inputs. While the sector experienced slowdown growth in 2024 due to an El Nino-induced drought, we are confident that our interventions will ensure a strong rebound. Ladies and gentlemen, in the mining sector, government remains committed to unlocking greater value from Zimbabwe's vast mineral endowments for the benefit of its people. Policy efforts will continue to promote mineral exploration, responsible mining practices, and local beneficiation of key minerals, including lithium, platinum, and gold. We are also finalizing the artisanal and small-scale mining strategy, which will offer a structured framework to increase productivity, improve regulatory compliance, and integrate small-scale miners into the formal economy, thus ensuring that no one is left behind in our drive towards inclusive growth. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, infrastructure development remains a key enabler in our industrialization strategy. Government is actively diversifying Zimbabwe's energy mix to include solar, wind, gas, nuclear, and waste to energy technologies, alongside existing hydro and thermal power generation. The contribution of independent power producers, including captive power projects led by mining houses, is expected to strengthen energy security, as several projects come online in the second quarter of this year, 2025. The government is encouraged by the initiatives of companies such as Dimson Iron and Steel in Manise, which has constructed a 20-megawatt water heat recovery cogeneration power plant. Similarly, Hwange Zhongjing has been licensed to develop a 240-megawatt thermal power plant powered by coke oven gas. We also commend the recently commissioned Palm River Metallurgy Company in Bedford, whose integrated systems and processes exemplify a commitment to sustainable mining, low greenhouse gas emissions, minimal waste production, and energy self-sufficiency through the recycling of waste materials. Consequently, other companies in this sector are urged to adopt similar technologies, which will enhance the nation's energy security and contribute to economic growth. In the transport sector, government is committed to completing the remaining 88 kilometers of Harare-Masvingo Bridge Road project. In addition, work on the Buluwayo Victoria Falls Road is set to commence in earnest with 7 contractors already engaged. The rehabilitation of this road is critical in boosting trade connectivity and tourism, as it provides a gateway to one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the majestic Victoria Falls. By the way, the seat of Victoria Falls was the special economic zone and the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange. As part of Zimbabwe's digital transformation, the government is prioritizing investment in digital infrastructure, including the expansion of fiber optic networks, deployment of low Earth orbit satellite technology, and the establishment of data centers in previously underserved areas. We have also launched the Digital Skills Program aimed at training 1.5 million citizens, especially the youth, to build a digital capable workforce. In tandem with cybersecurity frameworks are being strengthened to safeguard our growing digital economy. Our vision of industrialization and infrastructure development is expected to contribute to urban renewal, thereby improving service delivery in terms of access to housing, clean water, health care, education, and provision of social safety nets. In this regard, government is pursuing densification models in a bid to provide modern and decent and affordable housing for all. We can't continue to expand as though land is infinite. We must start building going up. Ladies and gentlemen, as we industrialize, Zimbabwe must also position itself within the African Continental Free Trade Area, which offers immense opportunities for export growth and regional integration. Through scaling up industrial capacity, Zimbabwe can become a key player in the continental value chain, enhancing its global competitiveness and driving inclusive growth. Furthermore, we must embrace green industrialization by investing in renewable energy, promoting eco-friendly manufacturing practices, and ensuring the sustainable use of natural resources. This will ensure that our industrial development remains resilient in the face of climate change and global sustainability trends. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to reiterate that industrialization is not merely an economic aspiration. It is central to the transformation of Zimbabwe's development trajectory. Success in this endeavor demands effective collaboration among all stakeholders, public and private, local and international. As we approach the final year of implementing National Development Strategy 1, we must focus our efforts on improving productivity, enhancing competitiveness, and resolving infrastructure bottlenecks that impede private sector-led growth. Let us use this conference, this trade fair, as a platform to forge meaningful partnerships, exchange ideas, and craft innovative solutions that will shape Zimbabwe's industrial future. With these remarks, it is my distinct honor to officially declare the 2025 edition of the International Business Conference open. I wish you all productive discussions and fruitful exhibitions that will contribute to the advancement of Zimbabwe's industrialization agenda. I thank you.